off on a new adventure. We'll have to leave our home here, and we'll have a new minister, a new place, but it's going to be an adventure. Let me say here that the words of the sermon here are mine, but the basic concept and ideas come from my background in the Bahá'í faith. So that's, and I thank everybody that participated in helping me put this together. So we embark on a new adventure with a new preacher and headed to a new place. How many are a little bit scared? Yeah, or maybe a lot scared, trepidatious. So how do we deal with this? We have lots of talents and skills and virtues, all of which will come to be very valuable. But I want to speak of three things in particular that we want to put on our bag for our adventure. They are creativity, unity, and justice. You know, virtues are funny things. For most virtues, they're good at the beginning, but if you go by a certain point, they become not so good. For example, perseverance. That's a good thing. Persevere. It'll get you there. But then there's a point where perseverance can become pig-headed stupidity. But these three things, creativity, unity, justice, there is not an upper limit. There's not an upper limit. So let's look at these in a little more detail. Creativity, we often think of it in terms of a new dance, a new artistic work, a new style of music. What I want to focus on is simply creativity of ideas. An idea. But a problem here is that a prestigious guy comes, my idea, you know, it's great, it's good. And it can be railroaded into what some or even most of the people don't really want. And then at the other extreme, there's, my ideas are never any good. You know, my idea isn't worth putting out there. Do any of you have that kind of feeling? Sometimes, yeah. A way to conquer this is that for both ends of the spectrum there, the way to deal with this is that imagine you go into a butterfly house, butterflies all around. The ideas, the creative ideas are the butterflies. They don't come from us. They come from out there and land on us. And we even recognize this in our language. Hey, an idea just came to me. A butterfly just landed on my finger. Whether you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, it's not really yours. It's a butterfly that landed on your finger. Show it to us. Let us all look at it. And the idea can be discussed, evaluated, judged whether it will work or not work. But it doesn't belong to me. It's an idea that just came out there. And good or bad, it doesn't reflect on this person or that person. It's an idea to be discussed and evaluated, judged. How it can be put into action? Will it work? This takes the ego out of it. The ego is because the idea does not belong to anybody. And it doesn't say that they're good or they're dumb. It's just an idea to be looked at. And all ideas should be looked at. You know, even a bad idea. I remember in college, it was a psychology class or some kind of class. And we had an assignment. We formed into groups. And we were assigned to discuss a particular topic. And we sat there looking at each other. And I said something totally outrageous. And everybody laughed. But then it started things rolling. You know, what I said was totally ridiculous, but hey, it didn't matter. It started ideas going, and we had a good discussion. So I want to encourage us to pack into our bag for our travels creativity, and don't feel pressured to come up with a creative idea. Relax. The ideas are out there. Let them come and land and show them to us. And you see how this evolves into unity? That without the ideas belonging to a particular person, there's unity in coming together and evaluating, judging, working it out. So that brings unity. And unity is the most important thing for our congregation going forward. The one thing that can wreck our congregation is disunity and going off in different directions. And I think we have here tremendous unity, and that's the most important thing for us to preserve, is the unity of being with each other, supporting each other, lending help to each other. And that's what will carry our congregation through, is unity. But creativity and unity. So there'll be many new things, but preserve the unity. What's our guiding light? The guiding light through all this is the third item, justice. That should always be the candle in the distance, the chalice that we go toward. Justice is a difficult thing. You know, ideally, justice is something that it's just. Unfortunately, I'm very frustrated by the way justice becomes political, and we have justices out on the Supreme Court, and they're, they don't see a common justice. They are one side or the other. Justice, I've tried reading some on justice, and the key thing that I see is just fairness. Is it just? Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Is it fair on their side as well as mine? It requires compromise. It requires consideration of the other person. But justice is what we ultimately want to seek in our moving forward. And justice in all its aspects. I was looking at the principles of our faith, and this is probably a topic for another discussion, but I looked at them and they can all be labeled as creativity, unity, and justice. I think that's significant. So those are the things we want to pack into our bag. I want to end by reading something from the Bahá'í faith on justice. This is taken from a little booklet, Bahá'í booklet called The Hidden Words. And these hidden words are taken to be from the unknowable essence beyond all human comprehension and understanding. That's the Baha'i definition of God, an unknowable essence beyond all human comprehension and understanding. Anyway, so these words coming from that place of unknowable essence and interpreted through our prophet founder and put into words we do understand is this: the best beloved of all things in my sight is justice. Turn not away therefrom, if thou desirest me, and neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. By its aid thou shalt see with thine own eyes, and not through the eyes of others, and shall know of thine own knowledge, and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. Ponder this in thy heart, how it behooveth thee to be. Verily, justice is my gift to thee, and the sign of my loving kindness. Set it then before thine eyes.